I have a detailed little book just in case I forget something. Back to Produce X 101. So, as of today is Thursday, June 6th. Last Friday was May 31st. On May 31st, I'm going to be talking about the 5th episode that was released on May 31st, and it was also called the first evaluation. The first 60 trainees would be able to continue on to the from the competition, and the rest were going to be eliminated. We know that two trainees were actually either left willingly or were kicked out of the program. So the JYP trainee was actually kicked off the program because of some bullying scandals that were happening. So he got kicked off around the 3rd episode. He was no longer shown. And then the second person, he was due to illness, he had to leave. So that left 99 trainees, and out of the 99 trainees, only 60 were able to continue on. I've seen so many Reddit, because I love Reddit, I've seen so many discussions of who should be the actual center, who should actually win this whole competition already, from only seeing 5 of the episodes of so far. So as we all know, it takes a 3-month procedure, so it's around 12 to 13 episodes that we have to see before we can even get a winner. So as of right now, we only have 60 trainees left in the competition. So for right now, we're not even halfway through the competition. We're almost halfway. We're in the 5th episode. I know I'm kind of starting very late. I should do like a episode recap, but the thing is that it's much better to just do the elimination episode. So whenever the next elimination episode, I will be doing a different episode, so you guys would be more aware of who's eliminated and who's not eliminated. So as many of you guys know, I'm a very visual person when it comes to singers, and if someone catches my attention, I really do I get engaged with that person, and it's like I stick to them no matter what happens, even though sometimes bad press or bad editing doesn't give them just what they, because I've seen that some don't get as much screen time as others, and I just think that's unfair. But as what we're talking about, I've seen as well, I mean, it's the producers, it has to always do with the producers, so we always have to hope and pray for everyone else to just, everybody else can have a chance for screen time. This video is not necessarily going to be a recap video. It's more of my 11 people that I want to debut as of right now, and I will talk of the people that were eliminated, my top 2 that were eliminated that I wish would have had more time and more screen time, if you will, or just in general more votes, because as you guys know, this is Korean people voting. International people can't vote. So this is more up to the Korean audience. The rules are 11 boys or 11 trainees are going to debut. But this season, there's a mysterious X element. So the X element, we don't know how many extra people might debut. There might be a situation where maybe they will be a hidden member, because there's sometimes where they're hidden members in groups. There also might be the instance of maybe their position, they're not going to necessarily be the actual, they won't be able to debut with him, but they'll be sort of their leader, or there's just so many different possibilities of that X, but we do know that there's 11 people for sure going to debut. The 11th member is going to have the X treatment, so whatever that X treatment is, we hope it's very fair, because we don't want it to just be something where they can't debut, or it's just something that they won't like. I do hope that there's more than just 11 members debuting. I really do, because that element would be just amazing. Maybe there'll be 2 extra members debuting, I don't know. So let's hope. So this video is going to be of my top 11 that I want to debut with the people that we have right now, and then I'll talk about 2 people that I really wanted them to at least get into the top 60, but were not able to get to the top 60. Starting with number 11. I think, I mean, the resemblance to one of my biases of SHINee is uncanny. Unu and Ju Chang-wook actually are very uncanny. They're uncanny, like they look alike. I'm very happy. I am very, very happy that he was able to survive. He was he ranked number 38 on Friday, and he's from Woomlim Entertainment. I'm very happy because most of the Woomlim, either most or everyone in the Woomlim Entertainment actually got a place in the top 60, so that's very good. The thing that I'm just worried about is that he won't be recognized for his talents, and so that's a lot of the problems that I've been seeing, is that sometimes they don't give them enough screen time. So hopefully he can be recognized, and so yeah, so he's my 11th spot. I'm kind of not familiar with his progression throughout the show, but he's been sticking out in my mind a lot, so hopefully he can make it to the top 11. My 10th spot is Peak. Peak, he's a Thai trainee, so he's international. Peak actually was able to snatch the number 58 spot, and so it's very hard for these international. There's around 7 to 10 trainees that are actually international, and as you guys will see, it's very hard for them to, especially trainees, to really just get incorporated into this new culture and new procedures. But Peak has shown that he's been trying so hard. In the beginning, he was not very known, but you know, with his dances and just in general, he's caught the eye of the Korean people. So let's hope he gets to debut, because I really do think he's got the potential. And I mean, this is a worldwide group, as they've said, so maybe his involvement will really help. So hopefully Peak gets to debut. The 9th spot is actually another international person, Tony. Tony, I'm very happy about Tony. He's Canadian. Tony was able to get the 20th spot. I believe he was able to get more attention. He was able to raise on the ranks, and he's been one of those that have struggled to be able to get audiences to like him. Not just audiences, it's more so the judges. The judges have been very forceful and very meticulous with him, and it's been very sad because he's a superstar. He really is. So I really do hope he's able to get into the top 11. But yeah, he really deserves to debut. He's put his heart and effort into it. So yeah, so Tony, hopefully Tony gets to debut with everyone else. Kim Hyun-bin, he's an underdog, okay? He's been that type of person that when you see him, he's very quiet, he's very, he looks like he's very shy of himself, but let me tell you, with that battle, the group battles that he had in episode 2 and 3, let me tell you, he brought the house down. Like, he brought the fire. His rapping skills were amazing, and just how everybody else were talking about him, I was very proud of him. He did show to seem that he really was able to improve, just in general, just improve how his character and his persona is on stage, and it just brings so much more depth to him. So hopefully we can see him more. He's in the 23rd spot, but hopefully he can just keep on going up. So yeah, so hopefully he gets more acclamation. The next person on our list, the 7th person that I wish can 7th place, it's Kim Woo-suk. I'm not saying the right name right, but he actually is very visual. He's a visual person. For the Love Shot, when he performed Love Shot, he was just visually amazing. His stares were amazing to the camera, and so most likely he's in. Okay, so he is in the 4th spot. He's from Top Media Entertainment. He is in the 4th spot, so most likely that he will debut, but we need to keep on. We need to keep him up there because anything can happen. You can go from 4th all the way to 60th in a blink of an eye if something happens. So hopefully nobody gets tired of him and he can debut, because he's very powerful when it comes to just performing, and so hopefully he can debut. The next person is Yuri. He is from Esteem, which is one of the biggest companies. It's a product company of one of the biggest companies for singing. So if you know Super Junior, Red Velvet, it's Shiny. If you know those three, groups, it's most likely because they're from SM, and Esteem is a modeling company that's underneath SM, and so they already have renowned, but they're models. They're all models. Everyone that came to the show, they're all models. So they're not really known for their music. So it's pretty interesting to see just these models just perform. And so he has the visual key. I'm scared because I feel like people don't see the dancing and the singing, and so I really hope he can try harder to just push through and be able to push through that and just say us models can also sing and dance, not just model and look pretty. So he's got the visual for him, so hopefully he can show more of his singing and dancing abilities. But hopefully he can debut, because he would look good in that group. So these are my top 5 that I really want them to debut, and these are my personal favorites, and I know it sounds bad, but these are just people that I think have the capacity to just rock the world. Number 5 is Song Yoo-vin. He is already part of another group, but sadly their group is not as popular, and because of that, people don't look at them because there's so many other groups. There's so many problems because people don't pay attention on these little groups that maybe they're the best next thing. And I think a lot of people take for granted that see, like BTS was from a small company. They were a small group, and look at them. I'm wearing this shirt right now. Look at them, like they're like the biggest group ever, and so because of that, I feel like a lot of these groups that debut, some of them don't even get to have that much success. Because why? Because they're not getting the attention they should deserve, even though they might not be the best. But BTS once started as a small group. Check your facts. So Song Yoo-vin actually is part already of a group, but he just was scared that maybe they might disband soon, so he wanted to reclaim his place in the viewers' eyes of Korea, and so he came on the show. Let me tell you that when they did for episode 1, when they did their like examination type thing, their first evaluation, he rocked the world. He really did. He showed that they were already, him and his partner, they showed that they were both part of a group, and that they were naturals into this. So then the tragedy that he had when they had their group battle for Lullaby by GOT7, he was the vocalist, and his mic there was no sound, and as a trainee, you would imagine they would start getting scared. But you know what he did? He just got up and he kept on going, and that's what I think people should see, that's the type of people that we need. That's the type of people that we should see for professionalism. And so I think he's got it. I think he really has it. He's in 8th place, so he's very comfortably on the top 11, but I'm just scared he might be kicked off. I am scared he might get kicked off. So, you know what, let's just hope he can keep on putting the pressure to maintain that, and so, yeah, I think he can do it. I think he will debut, and let's hope Korean people love him, as we do. My number 4, my number 4 is Kim Min-gyu. He is right now ranked number 2 underneath someone else in my list. He's shown that he is capable of putting the effort. He's capable of putting that he is meant to be on the spotlight. The only thing that I'm worried about is that when they were having in episode 5, they were having the first evaluation or elimination. He he was asked if he was able to maintain the center position, so number 1, because he was in the top 2, and he had said that he wanted to learn more. And let me tell you, that's really good. It's just I feel like he lacks a few things, like a little bit more confidence. It looks like he's still shy, he's still in his bubble. I may be wrong, but that's how he comes off, and I think he needs to learn a little bit more, but he deserves that second spot. He really does. And I really do hope he gets to debut, because he's just amazing. He is amazing. And so hopefully he can debut with everyone else. My number 3 spot is someone that went down in this episode, in episode 5, and let me tell you, I was devastated, because he's my my top 3. He's in my top 3, and I really do hope he gets to debut. His story on the first episode was just heartbreaking. There was a special appearance. Soyu from Sistar. She actually was as a special guest for the first episode, and when my number 3, Park Sun-ho, when he walked out stage, she started bawling. And the thing was that he's been a trainee for more than 10 years. Okay, he's an actor, yeah, he's got that for him, but his passion in the first place has always been to be a singer and be in a group. And when Soyu saw him walk out, she just started crying, because they started out as trainees the same exact time, at the same year. And so it's just sad, because some of these people that, you know, they seem very like leadership type, that seem to be very talented, they don't get recognized for what they are, and I just think that's very sad to see. He deserves to be on the top, and he went from being number 11, which was, you know, he was able to be there, to let me get this right, because it gets mad to see this. He went from number 11 to number 14, and I just think that's sad. He deserves to be up there, and people are sleeping on him. Honestly, people are sleeping on him. He's got the qualities to be in this group, and no matter what people tell me, he needs to be in this group. He really does. And so that's why I think people should pay attention to him more and just be aware of him, you know. So hopefully he gets to debut, because if he doesn't, I'm just gonna be devastated. So hopefully he gets to debut. Number 2, and this person has got me so proud, and I think it's because this is my favorite company that he comes from. As many of you guys know, my favorite group is KARD, K-A-R-D, from DSP Media, and I'm so proud of this one person, because he has shown that DSP Media is worth it. So I'm talking about Song Dong-pyo. I can't even say his name, sorry. But he actually was picked by the Korean audience to be the center for when they premiered the Produce X101's main song, which that's such a great song. I love the song. He was picked as the center, so I was just excited to see that. And you know, honestly, to be completely honest, I think he deserves to be on stage. He deserves to be there. He's got the cute little aspect of him on. He has a little cute aesthetic, the cute persona going for him, and I think that suits him well. It's not as annoying, but it's not it's not as annoying as some other members that I've seen that they've used their cuteness and it just doesn't suit them. And so I think he shows that edge off, and I think he's really sincere about his cuteness, and it's not annoying. I surely wish he doesn't go down from his rank, which is 7. Hopefully he keeps on going up, not down, because that'd just be sad. But yeah, hopefully he can keep on prospering in the next episodes. And number 1, these are my Dongpyo, and this next person are my go-tos, my ride or dies, and that is the number 1 person that should debut and should be the center is Kim Yohan. I call him Yohan because it just sounds really Hispanic, but I know that's not the correct pronunciation. Something about him that I feel like the Korean audience also sees, and
why am I holding scissors? Great.
That the Korean audience sees in him that just shows how good he is. He's only been training for less than 3 months.
Okay, less than 3 months.
And he's already out here slaying, okay? He's a Taekwondo person, so he's very good with his feet. And so that just gives him the charisma of dancing. He's an amazing rapper. With the group battles, he's just an amazing rapper. And he learned it too. Like, it was hard for him to learn it. And then you got the little visual aspect going on for him. And then you've got the charisma on stage. Like, he changes. Like, he's so good. And so I agree with the Korean audience with their pick, as they pick him as number 1 in the first elimination round. He's number 1, and I really do think he deserves be on number 1. And I think, and I may be wrong, but I think he will not go much down from number 7. Because he's just there, and I think the people like him, and I just think he's a really good person. So hopefully he can debut as a center, but you know what, it's up to the Korean audience. Talking about the Korean audience, I will mention 2 people that I really was very disappointed that they weren't able to debut or even be in the top 60 for this first elimination. The first person is Lee Yoo-hyung, and the second person is Timothy Ansardi. Timothy, actually, he was eliminated. He was number 61, so he barely missed. Honestly, I was devastated because he showed so much potential. Yes, maybe he didn't put that much time and effort, but he is foreign, so like it's very new to him. He really deserved to have more time to show his aspects. I don't think that's fair for him because he was number 61st, and you know, but that's life. There's nothing much you can do more than he's already shown his face, his talents to the audience of Korea, and hopefully they get to recognize that because he has so much potential. The last person was eliminated. He was eliminated on the 76th place. He placed on 76th, and Lee Kyo-hyung. Let me tell you, I was devastated when I found out he was not going to be able to continue on. When he had an episode, especially episodes 2 and 3, when they had the battle round, when they competed, he carried his team of nobodies. Basically, they only had he had the rejects. Like, nobody wanted to perform the song, and nobody really knew how to dance. And he put everything on his shoulder to be the leader, and he brought them home. Like, yeah, they didn't win, but they got more votes than some other groups that were losing. And so I don't think it's fair for him that he wasn't able to debut because he wasn't able to show what he's made of. And I mean, he showed so much of himself by leading this group, and so I think it's unfair, and I'm pretty sad to see him go. But I want to leave the thought of what Lee Dong-wook, the MC, or the national producer representative, I want to leave with his thought, because his thought was very powerful, and I think it works really well.
며칠 전에 집에서 영화를 보는데 그 영화에 나온 가장 마지막 대사는 이거였습니다. 성공은 열정을 잃지 않고 실패를 거듭하는 능력이라고 했습니다. 여러분들이 지금 느끼는 감정들이 인생의 첫 실패, 첫 쓰라림일 수도 있습니다. 하지만 모두 성공으로 가기 위한 과정이라고 생각합니다. 계속해서 열정을 잃지 말고 실패를 거듭하며 성공으로 나아가 주시길 바라겠습니다. 포기하지 마십시오.
As of right now, I think the voting is null, so they're starting to vote who's going to be able to so the voting process of the rankings, they're starting again from 0, so everyone's starting from 0 votes. Hopefully the votes can kind of change up again, because my top 11 need to be up there. Okay, so all you Koreans, please vote for my 11 guys. I hope this video can just bring a little bit. I know I'm a very boring person, but I'm very passionate about when it comes to like these variety shows, because they show real talent. Honestly, it brings more. It's so much more than American Idol, The Voice, and America's Got Talent all in one.
Like, this is way more intense. This is more epic.
Hopefully you guys get to see more of the Produce X series that I'm going to try and do, and hopefully you guys liked it, because it's very interesting and you guys should go check it out. Also, on the description below, I will leave the link with a website where I actually am checking the actual rankings on real time, so maybe you guys will be able to see that. As of right now, we've only had 4 weeks that have voting, so if you guys go check that out, maybe we might be able to see a little bit more of the 4 rankings, so like which placements or rankings everybody has had for the past few weeks, and it's the current version of the rankings. And so tomorrow, which is Friday, June 7th, you guys will be able to see the change. So I'm so excited to see for the second elimination, which is, I don't know, in the next 3 or 4 weeks we will be seeing the next elimination. So hopefully we can see who gets eliminated, and hopefully none of my guys get eliminated. If they do get eliminated, I am going to be very sad. So hope you guys like this video. I will be putting more videos out there. It is the summer, so you guys will be seeing more of me. So hopefully you guys like and subscribe this video, and you know what, just comment down below what you guys want me to react from pop, K-pop, movies, TV shows. Maybe I might even do some games, maybe other things. So hopefully you guys like it, and hopefully to see you guys in the next one. So see you in the next one.